And going in depth tonight, we are learning more about a legal complaint filed against the federal government by Pima County Attorney Laura Conover after a murder suspect was taken into custody, federal custody that is, against her wishes. And it all stems from a terrifying crime spree in Midtown back in June when an undocumented immigrant, Julio Cesar Aguirre, allegedly shot and killed Ricky Miller, a 69-year-old Tucson man, and then threatened 6 other people with a gun, according to investigators. There have been new filings in court along with this ongoing legal battle between the county attorney and the Department of Justice. And News 4 Tucson's chief investigative reporter, Corus Nylander, is live outside the federal courthouse downtown with the latest on this case. Corus.
Well, Sean, very soon a federal judge here is going to decide whether or not the Department of Justice has to turn over Julio Aguirre to state court, where he will face local charges, including first-degree murder. Tonight, the DOJ has issued a formal response against Laura Conover's filing. Tonight, the Department of Justice claims Pima County Attorney Laura Conover has no legal basis to request it to turn over murder suspect Julio Cesar Aguirre to face state prosecution. In this formal response filed just last week to Conover's writ of habeas corpus filed back in August, the DOJ asked the judge to deny Conover's request because they argue there is no federal statute or constitutional provision requiring or even authorizing the federal court to order the DOJ to transfer its prisoner to state court for state proceedings. Conover claims the DOJ's refusal to hand over Aguirre prevents her team from prosecuting him, and it threatens the preservation of evidence. She supported that claim with a sworn statement from the daughter of 2 elderly alleged victims of Aguirre during that Midtown crime spree in June. The daughter says her parents were held at gunpoint and ordered by Aguirre to drive him to Nogales. She states that she fears her parents will not receive justice due to the DOJ's actions. Conover claims the DOJ is acting politically.
Grief is not to be exploited for political gain.
But the DOJ doesn't see it that way. In its latest filing, it claims the reasoning has to do with concerns over the so-called pitfalls that could arise out of consecutive prosecutions and the differences in pretrial procedures between the state and federal courts. Tonight, Laura Conover sent News 4 Tucson a statement saying, quote, "The federal government has yet to change its position in this filing and continues to refuse to give us access to Aguirre for court proceedings. The Pima County Attorney's Office will stay vigilant in our efforts to seek the court's assistance to require them to produce Aguirre so we can prosecute him and bring justice to victims in this case." And there is a hearing scheduled for Monday at 1:30 where Judge Rosemary Vasquez is expected to make a ruling on this issue. We'll be there and we'll keep you updated as we learn more about this situation. We're live tonight outside the federal courthouse in downtown Tucson. Corus Nylander, News 4 Tucson.